Hello, this is Roy Mitchell with Cameraman Ken and HYBLA Today. So excited. Went to the budget meeting yesterday and it was International Women's Day. So we're going to combine those two things together and talk about both of them, the budget and International Women's Day. And let's get to the first page of my report. Oh my God, where is it? I think it's here. Budget report. International Women's Day. All right, first of all, thank you to all the women who work and go to and work in municipalities, in rural and everywhere in the world. You know, you just have to go to one question period to realize the patriarchy is giving you a hard time too. But I want to talk about the thing. And also, fun fact, Vivian Bloom, our mayor, was the first woman elected to Hastings Highlands. So she's got a lot of wisdom and great. And the budget report, same as always, the feds in the province are downloading on municipalities and we have to pay the brunt of it, and there's no real initiatives or anything coming out of the feds or the province, and it's on the backs of the municipalities. Never a good story, right? Okay, and the library receives $130,000 again this year. They received it last year and 3 years before that. I would say, why don't we invest in the library? Just a personal thing, so they don't have to do fundraising. Ugh. All right. And, okay, the increase is 1.65%. That's what's suggested. That would mean somebody who has a house that's $188,000 would have to pay $22 a year more. Okay, $22 a year more to keep the status quo of what we have now. All right. And if you had a house worth like $300,089, you'd pay $44 a year. Okay, so now let's talk about patriarchy. All right, like I said, you don't have to go to, you just have to go to a little village budget report to see patriarchy at work. And what was it? Okay, oh my. And you know, guys, you know, I know you've retired and maybe you were mid-management at the Ministry of Education, or maybe you were like, you ran a subway or something like that, and now you are retired and you need to actually do stuff. But come on, we're talking about, okay, oh my God, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I'm talking about men. All right. Now, and so anyway, this is what happened. It was a question period. And, you know, and it was like, really not a question period. It was more like a teach-in for these guys. Because they get together, and I'm sure they, you know, they sit over there, and they kind of give each other a little back massage every once in a while, say nice friendly things to each other, and they're probably nice dudes. But they're really there to tell you that they don't want this tax increase, that it's wrong, that it's too much, because there's another way that they can solve the problem, right? And okay, I'm all there to listen, but they went on. And HYBLA Today takes credit for saying exactly, what do you want? What do you, like, it's a budget report. Do you want the tax increase or not? Why? All right, so, you know, and it... When you don't want it, right? What do you don't want? You don't want, like, okay, for what? They're not saying the poor people can't afford $22. They're saying they're going to be poor. And I can see that fear. All right, I see it. But, you know, they're not talking about a new cultural center being built. They don't want to spend it on. Or, you know, supporting a refugee family from Syria. No, that's not on the table. This is, they have to save money. And they're telling you why, you know? And what else happened here? All right, okay. And the thing is, you sucked in a lot of air, guys. You suck in a lot of air. And there was only two men that talked. There was a lot. I talked too, but there was two men that talked a lot at the mic. And the question period was monopolized by two older white guys that just like were teaching us. And it was making us crazy. So, okay. What else? Okay, and what is it? Why are there cocks out about this? It's Faraday. Faraday pays less taxes than we do. But they were explained. It's more roads, it's more history, it's more things that we have to know. And yes, maybe you have ideas, but you've already been talking apparently to staff, calling them all the time, and now you have questions? I just want to see vision from these guys. That's all I'm saying, man. And just be a little quieter. All right, now, the young treasurer, Dave Stewart, explained to everybody what the thing was. He did a great job. He was great. And Alex Walder, another guy, great. Because he stood up and said, guys, it's a question period. Stop making statements. He said it eloquently, much more than I am. But that was very good of Alex Walder, Councillor. You know, we probably would disagree on a lot of things, but he is a man of very good stature, I think. And now let's talk about the women. Councillor Nancy Matheson, amazingly well prepared, had a whole row of questions, answered them all. It's beautiful. And you could tell she was really like, I've had enough of this. And then when she finished this beautiful thing, she said, the guy asking the question goes, and one more thing I would add. And I went, oh God, man, just accept this. I mean, yeah, okay, send her an email with what you would add. But that was her moment. It's International Women's Day. Get her some slack. And then Tracy, new counselor, doing well, getting her feet, standing up, and just, if you want to talk, because she had a hard time getting a word in. She wanted to speak, and the men were asking questions. Okay, and what else did I want to talk to you? Our mayor, Vivian Bloom, decorum, great, wonderful. She looked amazing. You know, answered questions. And actually, it was all the women answering the questions, which was great. And Greg Roberts said a few things. But a couple of the counselors still sleeping. I know spring's coming. Hibernation will be over. I'm sure these guys are going to skyrocket and open their mouths next council meeting I'm at. But they're pretty quiet. They're sweet. And anyway, so all of that is just to tell you this. Part of the, and this, you know, share this please and send it to your friends and tell them to skip forward to this part if they just want serious. And serious is, they're talking about changing the boundaries so that you would be able to vote for somebody at large. So, for example, Freddie Toe in Birds Creek, she could vote for me if I was in Monteagle. But as the existing system goes, only people in Monteagle can vote for Monteagle people. So they want to make it all at large, which might, you know, be great. And they want to actually, I'm talking about the old guys. This is their strategy, but I think it's a good idea too. This is what they want. And I think it's great. But, okay, but they don't really care about how many counselors there are. And I would say not even to the side of like, it would be better to have fewer counselors. So we either leave it as it is, or we open it up. And we say we want the same representation we have now. We don't want that taken away. Because sometimes when you talk to counselors, a couple of them are sleeping. And if we really believe in diversity, we want younger people and new blood to come up here to this area, we have to think about who we want on that council. And you know, if there's only, and somebody said, I have a friend in Brampton, he has 6,000 residents and he's a counselor for 6,000 people. That's not going to happen here. But even if they make it that and we have 3 counselors, 1 for every ward, whoa, what's it going to look like? It's not going to look any different. So anyway, HYBLA today is doing a little speech fun. We're ending on a really serious note here, but we'll be back with more interesting and deadly stories. And want to shout out for International Women's Day, cameraman Ken, Roy Mitchell, HYBLA today. See you later.